For nearly 20 years, I've dedicated my life to delivering high-level real estate services to buyers and sellers in Minnesota and western Wisconsin.
I would highly recommend him, and I already have. In terms of the other realtors I've known in my life, he clearly stands out.
I'm not your everyday realtor and would welcome the opportunity to show you what makes working with me a unique experience. Welcome to the Wade Hanson Real Estate Show. Hi everyone, Happy New Year. I hope your year is off to a good start. One of my goals this year is to better educate the buyers and sellers in my local market about the current market conditions and also point out some of the things to be aware of during the home buying and selling process. So for today's video, I want to take a quick minute to give you a quick update on the local real estate market. I'm often asked, how's the market? Or when is the best time to buy or sell? Or even better yet, I've been waiting the last several years to capitalize on the peak market. When do you think the housing market will hit another peak? Well, if you've been waiting the last few years for the best time to buy a home, you've already missed it. And I'm willing to bet that if you are looking for the best time to sell, you'll look back a year from now wishing you hadn't waited. There are really two components that affect a monthly mortgage payment: home prices and interest rates, and both are expected to go up this year. In addition to interest rates rising, inventory is shrinking in most price points, so this has created a seller's market. Of course, if you listen to the national media or even our local Twin Cities media, you'll likely hear how hot the real estate market has been the last 2 years or so. Well, my comment on this hype is, yes, there are certainly markets that have performed well, but there are also segments of the market that have really struggled to keep up the last 2 years. So let's take a closer look at the local numbers comparing 2015 to 2016. Overall, in the Twin Cities market, home sales were up 26% last year. In Washington County, the numbers were similar. Home sales were up around 27%. And here in Woodbury, home sales were up only 20% comparatively. One of the most eye-opening segments of the local market is in the West Lakeland, Lake Elmo, and Afton market. In these areas, sales doubled in 2016. Now, when you first hear that number, that's a huge increase, right? Well, not everything is what it seems. This is mostly due to new construction happening in the Lake Elmo area. In fact, currently in the West Lakeland, Lake Elmo, Afton market, there's actually a 2.5 year supply of homes for sale over $800,000. So it's important to understand the market conditions in your home's price point. As I mentioned, new construction in the $300,000 to $500,000 price range has been a big game changer in this area, hence the huge increase in home sales for 2016. Now I want to give you a closer look at how these numbers break down here in Woodbury. As I previously mentioned, home sales were up roughly 20% in Woodbury. The segment of homes that saw the greatest increase in sales in Woodbury was in the $200,000 to $400,000 price point. We went from 667 homes sold in the 200 to 400 range in 2015 to almost 800 homes sold in 2016 in that same price range. That's an additional 10 buyers per month that moved through this price point in the Woodbury market in 2016. So my advice to you: if you have a home in this price point and you're thinking of selling, now would be a great time to do so. There is less than a 1 month supply of inventory currently on the market in the $200,000 to $400,000 price point here right in Woodbury. I wouldn't wait for the so-called spring market. There will be much more competition, making it more difficult to sell. In fact, as I stand here today, there are only 200 homes for sale in Woodbury. I expect that to increase to over 300 homes in the upcoming months. Now that's the good news. The bad news is that when you jump into the upper bracket market in Woodbury, which I consider to be roughly 700,000 and above, sales slipped from nearly 30 homes sold in 2015 to 15 homes sold in 2016. That's a 50% decrease. Believe it or not, there's currently a 1 year supply of homes for sale over $700,000 in Woodbury. So now more than ever, it's very critical that you work with an experienced luxury broker that knows how to market a luxury home. The housing market is mostly affected by supply and demand, and the bottom line is demand is high right now and supply is low in most price points, so it's created a seller's market. If you're curious about your home's value, please call me. I'm happy to provide you with a confidential consultation on your home's current market value and to help you determine your equity position. If you have any questions you'd like to see me cover in future videos, please post them below. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'm here to help you and your friends with all of your real estate needs, no matter the price point.